Hello everyone, welcome back to our course Network Analysis and Transmission Lines. So in the first module, we are covering the topic of magnetic circuits. In this where we are discussing about different topics. So till now we have covered up to, we have cleared the definition of the self-inductance and we obtained the expression for this, and the mutual inductance we have cleared, and we have obtained the expression for the coefficient of coupling or coupling factor K, and also we have obtained the relation between the coefficient of coupling factor, coefficient of coupling K, and the mutual inductance, right? So in today's discussion, we will go for the other topic, that is dot convention in coupled coils and how to model the electrical equivalent circuits for the magnetically coupled circuits. How to model electrical equivalent circuits for magnetically coupled circuits. So today we are going to discuss about these two topics, right? So before moving on to the dot convention in coupled coils, let us recall the definition of the mutual induction. So how we will define the mutual induction? So mutual induction is nothing but a phenomenon. Mutual inductance is nothing but a phenomenon when a coil gets induced in EMF across it due to the rate of change of current in the adjacent coil in such a way that the flux of one coil, the flux of that corresponding coil gets linkage with the another coil, right? This is what the phenomenon of mutual induction, right? So that means we are going to speak define the mutual induction with respect to two coils. So when they are coupled each other, right? So now coming to this dot convention. So usually, so when we have defined the mutual inductance for magnetically coupled circuit, so the mutual inductance, the polarity, the relative polarity of the mutual inductance M can be additive or subtractive. That means it can be a positive or negative. We don't know whether it is positive or negative. Till now we have not discussed about it. So to define this, whether that mutual inductance is positive or negative, we are going to use the dot convention. We are going to use the dot convention for it. So what is dot convention states? So here you can check it out. The relative polarity of two or more mutually coupled coils is generated by dot convention. So that means it is going to represented with a dot mark at either end of the coil. So here you can see the example of it. So which is showing the positive and negative dot convention for in the case of series connected mutually coupled coils. In the case of series connected mutually coupled coils, right? So to define this, whether the mutually inducted mutual induction is negative or positive, so we are going to use the dot convention. We are going to use the dot convention. So here you have to remember this point, that is when the currents through each of the mutually coupled coils are going away from the dot or towards the dot, the mutual inductance is positive. The mutual inductance is positive, right? Or else we can say in the other way, that is at an instant, if the current entering a coil through the dotted end, the current entering the coil through the dotted end, right? Then the mutually induced EMF on the other coil will have the positive polarity at the dotted end of the other coil. Is it clear? So at an instance, the current entering a coil through dotted end, then the mutually induced EMF on the other coil will have the positive polarity at the dotted end of the second coil. Is it clear? Or else we can say in the other way, that is, when the current is leaving the dot for one coil and entering the other, the mutual inductance here we can say it is, the mutual inductance here we can say it is negative. The mutual inductance here it is negative. So here I have mentioned positive. So please correct it. It is negative. It is negative. So or we can say the same thing as, how we can say, at an instant, if the current of the one coil is leaving the dot, right, and the current through the other coil is entering, so then the mutual inductance associated with that coupled coil, we can say it as a negative. So let us explain, let me explain with the help of this diagram over here. So in this, so coming to this figure, so here we have defined these 2 points, the third point and the fourth point, using the two figures A and B. So one is the positive dot convention and the other one is the negative dot convention. So here these two coils are connected in series. Here the case L1 and L2, that means the inductance L1 and L2, the coil 1 is having the self inductance L1 and the coil 2 is having the self inductance L2, is connected in series in this way, right? So here a dot is placed here for this coil and this dot is placed for this coil, right? So remember, so here coming to the first point, here the mutual inductance is positive, that means here the plus M, it is plus M. That means why it is plus M here means, you can look at here, the current is leaving the dot in the case of the coil 1 and here also the current I is leaving the dot in the case of the coil 2. So what I have stated here, when the currents through each of the mutually coupled coils, so each of the mutually coupled coils, right, these are the two coils which are mutually coupled and connected in series, right, are going away from the dot. If the current is going away from the dot, so in the first coil also the current is going away and the second coil also the current is going away from the dot. That means the mutual inductance is positive over here. The mutual inductance is positive over here, right? So here what is this dot, and you might have a doubt, why can't we take the current direction here? Anyhow the current is entering in this way only, right? So but here you have to consider this dot. Why? Because so for a coil, this dot indicates, if they in a mutually coupled coil, this dot is going to indicate the same polarity. It is going to indicate the same polarity. That means this dot, this terminal and this terminal are of the same polarity. It can be a positive or it can be a negative, right? It can be a positive or it can be a negative. That means here the dot is showing in this way. That means it is a, these two, this terminal, if this terminal is positive and this terminal is going to be the positive for the second coil. If this terminal is negative and this terminal is going to be the negative for the second coil. Is it clear? So that means here, so in this connection, we can say directly the mutual inductance is positive. The mutual inductance is positive over here. So whereas in this case, also you can look into this. The current is entering the dot in the first coil, and the current is here also it is entering the dot in the case of second coil. Right? So it is also entering the dot in the case of second coil. So here we have named it as positive again. Here it is positive. So that's why here the mutual inductance is positive in this second figure over here. Right? So coming to the B, figure B, you can check it out. Here the mutual inductance is negative. Why? Because, so look at the last point over here. If the current is leaving the dot for one coil and entering the other. So here in the first coil of the figure B, the current is leaving. The current is leaving the dot. Whereas in the second coil, the current is entering the dot. The current is entering the dot. Right? Is it clear? The current is entering the dot. So if that is the case, the mutual inductance is going to be negative. The mutual inductance is going to be negative. So that's why here it is minus M. The mutual inductance is minus M. So here this dot, the practically if you want to speak about this dot convention, this dot is going to indicate the same polarity. So that means it is the same polarity. If in the case here the mutual inductance is negative means, so both the coils, both the coupled coils, the windings are the turns of the coil is wounded. The windings are, the coil is wounded in a reverse manner to each other. So if the coil winding is in opposite to the other coil, if one coil winding is opposite to the other coil, obviously the magnetic flux acting with respect to each other is going to be opposite. The magnetic flux is going to be opposite. So then the mutual inductance is going to be negative. Is it clear? If the mutual inductance is positive in the sense, so both the coils are wounded in a same manner. So then the magnetic flux is not going to act opposite to each other. Is not going to act opposite to each other. So that is the reason why here we have using the dot convention. I hope you have cleared with this dot convention, right? So let us take one more example for understanding this dot. So let us explain with the other example. Let us consider here the dot convention in the case of mutually coupled transformer coil. Mutually coupled transformer coil, right? So here you can clearly see this. So here the dot convention in the case of the mutually coupled transformer coil. So let us follow the same thing here. So here you can see in the coil 1, the dot is placed here. In the left side of the coil, the dot is placed in the top, right? And here also the dot is over here. Here the mutual inductance is positive M, plus M. So why? Because, so in this case, the current is, in this case, the current is leaving the dot in both the cases. So in the left side of the coil also the current is leaving the dot. In the right side of the coil also the current is leaving the dot in figure A. So that is the reason why the mutual inductance here it is positive, plus M. Is it clear? So that means both the coils are wounded in a same manner. So the flux, magnetic flux associated with both the coils are not acting opposite to each other. So let us consider the second case here. Let us consider the second case. So here the dot in the left side of the coil, the current is leaving the dot. In the right side of the coil, the current here also it is leaving the dot. Leaving the dot. right? Here both the dot and also the current directions are also reversed over here. So that is the reason why both are leaving the dot, and that is the reason why here we are having the mutual inductance as positive. Mutual inductance is positive over here, right? So now coming to the figure C. So here you can look into this. In the left side of the coil, the current is leaving the dot. In the right side of the coil, the current is entering the dot. The current is entering the dot. Here, then, if both are opposite, the fluxes is going to get, the magnetic flux associated with each of the coil is going to act opposite. And that is the reason why we are having the negative mutual inductance, negative. The voltage induced here is going to be negative, right? The inductance is going to be negative here. The mutual inductance is going to be negative, right? So coming to the figure D. Coming to the figure D. So whereas here you can check it out, the current is leaving the dot. In the other case, the current is entering the dot. The current is entering the dot. In the right side of the coil, the current is entering the dot. In the left side of the coil, the current is leaving the dot. So here, the mutual inductance is negative. So negative in the sense, both the coils are, so say for example, if the left side of the coil is winded in some different manner, so to that manner, the right side of the coil is winded in the other way, right? Reverse. In a reverse manner, it is winded. So that means the magnetic flux associated with the coil 2 will be acting opposite to the magnetic flux associated with the coil 1. So that means here the mutual inductance is going to be negative. Is going to be negative. So we have to derive the expressions for this. So we have to model the electrical equivalent circuits for each and everything. So each and every circuit. So before that, let us go back to the series coupled coils. So in this, let us write the expressions for each and every coupled coil over here. So what could be the total inductance in the case of this? So in the case of this, what could be the mutual inductance? The total inductance, what is the total inductance here? As it is a series over here, as it is a series, we can write L1 plus L2 plus, and the mutual inductance of the coil 1 that links the coil 2, right? That links the coil 2. That means here, right? If we say mutual inductance of the coil 1 with respect to coil 2, M12 plus the mutual inductance of the coil 2 that links the coil 1, right? That links the coil 1. So which is equal to, if this mutual inductance M12 and M21 are equal, if we say L1 plus L2 plus, if M12 is equal to M21 is equal to M, so here we are going to have 2M. Here we are going to have 2M. So similarly, what could be the mutual inductance associated with this? So here also it will be same. Here also the mutual inductance associated with this one also is going to be same. Here it is already plus, right? So that means here it's going to be same. So whereas coming to this third one, what about this? So here you can see, with respect to this figure, what could be the mutual inductance? So total inductance. So in this, if you write L1 is the self-inductance of the coil 1 here, and plus L2 is the self-inductance of the coil 2 plus, here it is minus, so minus, because here the mutual inductance is acting minus, negative here, so minus M12 minus M21. So which is equal to, if you say M12 is equal to M21 is equal to M, then L1 plus L2 plus M plus M, which is equal to L1 plus L2 plus 2M, right? So this is how you are going to get the total inductance, right? As it is a series coupled coil, we can have this equation. Sorry, here it will be the negative over here, because here in my minus M, so minus M, minus M, minus 2M. So in this case, in the first case, the mutual inductance is positive, so that is the reason why we got L1 plus L2 plus 2M, whereas in the second case, the mutual inductance is negative, so that is the reason why we got L1 plus L2 minus 2M. So the same kind of things you may come across solving different problems. So please remember. So we'll move on to the next topic, that is electrical equivalents of different magnetic circuits. So in this, we are going to model different combinations of magnetically coupled circuits. So the different examples I am going to solve in this. So around 9 examples. These examples I have taken from the circuit theory analysis and synthesis by Abhijit Chakrabarty textbook. So if you want for in detail information and all those things, you can go to the textbook. So I'm going to explain each and every example. So in this, so let us come to the first one. So here, the first example is, so here this is the circuit. So with respect to the dot convention, how to model the equations for the given circuit, for the magnetically coupled circuit, given magnetically coupled circuit. So how to model it, right? So in the first circuit here, you can see here, so we are having a transformer coupled coil here. So in this, in the left hand side loop, you can check it out in the left hand side loop. So where we are having the current I1, and in the right hand side loop, we are having the current I2. If you see the dots over here, so in both the loops, in both the currents is going to enter the dot. So what is the dot which we have discussed in the previous slide? So dot indicates the polarity of the coil, That means at this terminal, whatever may be the polarity here, so at the respective coil here, these two is going to be having the same polarity, right? So that is what the dot indicates in respect to the mutually coupled coil. So here, discuss now. So coming to the dot convention, the first point is the current enters through the dot. Both the currents enter through the dot. The mutual inductance is going to be positive. If one current is entering or the other current is leaving the dot, or vice versa, then we can say that mutual inductance is going to be negative. So whereas in this circuit, in the left hand side loop also, so here the current I1 is entering the dot and I2 is also entering the dot. So here it is entering the dot. So let us model the equations with respect to two different domains. One is the time domain and the other one is the frequency domain. So let us model the thing in the time domain first. So coming to the time domain, so this is the equivalent circuit. So in this, where you can check it out. So here we are having different equations. One is for the left hand side loop and the other one is for the right hand side loop. So in this I have indicated one thing, that is controlled voltage source is there. So this the mutual inductance with respect to the coil 1 is indicated using the controlled voltage source, and also with respect to coil 2 also the mutual inductance term, right? The voltage drop with respect to the mutual inductance is going to indicate using the controlled voltage source, because it is a varying thing. It is a varying one, right? So that is why it is nothing but the controlled voltage source. That means this mutual inductance is going to be controlled with the respect to the current I2. So that is why these are indicated using the controlled voltage sources. Controlled voltage sources. So now come to here, as the mutual inductance here it is positive. As the mutual inductance here it is positive, the controlled voltage source is represented using the plus and minus over here with respect to the same polarity. So now, with respect to the left hand side loop, so here is the left hand side. So let us write the KVL equation. So the EMF acting across the loop, that is nothing but V1 is equal to, so we are having two elements. So with respect to this, what is the voltage expression? So we have derived this expression already. V is equal to L di by dt, right? So as here it is nothing but L1. The first coil is L1. So L1, the current is I1. L1 di1 by dt. L1 di1 by dt plus. So what is the mutual inductance here? M. So this is the controlled voltage source. So the current, the voltage across this is M di2 by dt. So why here it is I2? Since it is a mutual inductance, if it is a self-inductance L1, so with respect to the same coil, so that is current I1 only. But whereas coming to the mutual inductance, so this mutual inductance is induced due to the change in the current I2, right? That means change in the magnetic flux. With respect to the magnetic flux in the coil 2, so here the mutual inductance term M is going to define. So that is why here the mutual inductance means we are going to take with respect to the other coil, right? Is it clear? The current we are taking with respect to the other coil. So similarly, the applying KVL to the loop 2 here, so we are having V2 is equal to L2 into, so here the self-inductance of the coil 2 is L2 into di2 by dt. di2 by dt, because the current flowing through this is I2, di2 by dt plus M di1 by dt. Why? Because here I1, since it is a mutual inductance term. Mutual inductance term means with respect to the other coil. With respect to the other coil, the change in the current of the other coil. That means this is the current which is going to link the coil 1. So this mutual inductance is going to link the other coil. Linked with the other coil. So that is why here M di1 by dt. Right? So this is the model how we are going to write the equations for in the time domain for a magnetically coupled circuit. Right? So let us convert the same thing into the frequency domain. So when you are converting into the frequency domain, so what is how you are going to convert into the frequency domain? So simply, if a signal, the time domain, if the signal represented in a time domain, then if we want to convert into the frequency domain, then we have to multiply simply Fourier transform, right? We have to multiply the signal with the J2 pi f. J2 pi f. So that is what the basic concept from the Fourier transform. So time domain to convert a signal from the time domain to frequency domain. So here, if you want to represent the same circuit in the frequency domain, so here you can take it as So you can check this one. So simply the circuit is going to be same. The circuit is going to be same. The only the terms is going to be differ here. The voltage terms is going to be differ. So whereas here, so L1 di1 by dt, right? L1 di1 by dt, whereas here L1 di1 by dt. But whereas coming to here, if you want to convert this, the signal I1 by di1 by dt. So when you want to convert a derivative of a signal from time domain to frequency domain, just simply multiply with j2 pi f. What is j2 pi f? J omega here. Omega means omega is nothing but 2 pi f. So it is become j2 pi f I1 into L1. Right? J omega L1 into I1. Right? Similarly here, the same thing. So m di2 by d2. So m is common here, m is same, but only the signal here is, the varying signal is the I2, right? I2, the derivative of I2 with respect to the time, right? So when we are converting into frequency domain, multiply with j2 pi f. What is the signal? I2. The I2 is multiplied with j2 pi f. j2 pi f. j2 pi f is nothing but angular frequency, that is omega. Right? So j2 pi f, j omega m I2. Similarly, in the right hand side also. L2 di2 by d2 dt. So here also we have multiplied with the signal with the j omega L2 I2. Right? So we have multiplied with j2 pi f. Here also with respect to j2 pi f. M di1 by dt. So j omega m I1. So from this, if we again apply the KVL, so V1 is equal to j omega L1 I1 plus j omega m I2. So V2 is equal to j omega L2 I2 plus j omega m I1. J omega m I1. So this is how we are going to model the equations for different magnetically coupled circuits. Right? So now, in this, so let us move on to the next example. So in this example, you can check this one. So in the left side of the coil, in the left side loop, you can observe here, the current is entering the dot. The current is entering through the dot. So here you can see the current is entering through the dot, whereas here the current is leaving through the dot. The current is leaving through the dot because so this terminal and this terminal are having same polarity. This terminal and this terminal are having same polarity with respect to the inductance. Right? With respect to this coil. So that means both are wounded in different manner. Both coils are wounded in reverse manner to each other. Right? So that's why here, so if one coil, the current is entering through the dot, and the other coil, the current is leaving through the dot. So that means here, the mutual inductance is negative. The mutual inductance will be negative. Right? The mutual inductance is going to be negative. Negative in the sense, the coils L1, the first coil and the second coil L1 and L2 are wounded in a reverse manner to each other. The windings of the coil are wounded in a reverse manner to each other. So that means here the mutual inductance is going to be negative. The M term is going to be negative over here. So let us model the equation with respect to the time domain. Again the same model. So in this, you can see so here we are having in the first left side loop, you can check this one. as here the mutual inductance is negative, the voltage source is, so here the control voltage source which is going to represent this mutual inductance term, M term, is going to be reversed. So because here M term is negative, M is negative, so that's why here minus plus, right? So now applying KVL again, V1 is equal to L1 di1 by dt. So here it is a minus, plus minus, minus plus. So minus, so because the mutual inductance is negative, that's why here it is minus M di2 by dt. So why here di2 by dt? Again same story, because it is a mutual inductance term. So this term is going to be with respect to the coil, the other coil. So what is the other coil here? The coil 2. So coil 2 is having the current I2. So that's why here M di2 by dt. So coming to the right hand side loop, so we can check here the same applying KVL. V2 is equal to L2. V2 is equal to L2 di2 by dt, di2 by dt, L2 di2 by dt. So again it is M term is negative, minus M into di1 by dt. As it is a mutual inductance term, so it is going to link the first coil. So first coil is having the current I1. So that's why here minus M di1 by dt. Right? So let us represent the same one in frequency domain. So in the frequency domain, the same circuit, the circuit is going to be the same, only the terms is going to be different. So how the derivative of a signal in time domain can be converted into a frequency domain? By just multiplying the signal with the j2 pi f. j2 pi f is nothing but j omega. So here L1 di1 by dt. So now to converting into the frequency domain, j omega. Omega is nothing but j2 pi f L1 I1. So here also j2 pi f L2 I2, and here also j omega m. Just j omega m. Here also j omega m. So we are going to get the equation. So V1 is equal to j omega m, j omega L1 I1 plus, so as it is a minus here, mutual inductance is negative, so minus j omega m I2, and V2 is equal to j omega L2 I2, as it is minus j omega m I1, right? So let us move on to the next example. So in this example, you can see the current is leaving the dot in the left hand side. In the left hand side coil, left coil, the current is leaving through the dot. In the right hand side coil, the current is entering through the dot. So again here, it is just the vice versa of the second example, right? Whereas in the second example, left hand coil is entering through the dot and right hand side is leaving through the dot. But whereas here, left hand side is leaving through the dot and right hand side is entering through the dot. So that means these and these are having the relative same polarity here. So obviously the mutual inductance is going to be negative. The mutual inductance is going to be negative, right? So now let us represent the same thing with respect to the same equivalent circuit in time domain. Same thing here, just the control voltage source which is going to represent the M term is reversed over here, minus plus. Instead of plus and minus, it is minus plus and minus plus. The equations is going to be same again. The equations are going to be same. So whereas V1 is having L1 di1 by dt, as here minus M, so minus M di2 by dt, and V2 is equal to L2 di2 by dt minus M di1 by dt. It's going to be same as in the previous example. The equations are going to be same. Only just the coils are reversed. The dots in the coils are kept in a reverse manner, right? Similarly, in the frequency domain, just multiplying each and every term, the signal with respect to the j 2 pi f. So we are going to have j omega L1 V1 is equal to j omega L1 I1 minus j omega m I2, and V2 is equal to j omega m L2 j omega m L2 I2, right? J omega m L2 I2 minus j omega m I1, because here why it is minus, the mutual inductance is negative, that's why here minus terms. The m terms is going to be negative. The m terms are going to be negative, right? So next we will go for the next example. So in this example, you can check here. So both the currents are what is in the left hand side, the current I1 is leaving through the dot, and IT is also leaving through the dot. So this is the vice versa of the first example. In the first example, both the currents are entering through the dot, but whereas here both the currents are leaving through the dot. Either if both the currents are leaving or both the currents are entering through the dots, the mutual inductance is going to be positive, right? So if the mutual inductance is positive over here, so then how we can model the equations with respect to time domain and the frequency domain? So the m term is going to be positive. The equations is going to be as same as the first one. So just this is the different combination. Just it is a different combination, but the equations is going to be same. You can check this. The equations are same. With respect to the same first example, the equations are same. So just to confuse, they have given here in a different combination, but the equation, the circuit, everything is going to be same over here. Right? The equivalent circuit is also going to be same. Right? So why here it's same? Because the m term is positive. So here the m term is positive. The m term is positive, so plus m di2 by dt, and here also plus m di1 by dt. So the m terms are positive here. You have to remember, in the first example, both the currents I1, the dot is placed over here in the first example. Here it is there, and here also it is there. So that means both the currents are entering through the dot. So whereas here the currents are leaving through the dot. So that's why here, either in the both the cases, the mutual inductance is going to be the positive. So if it is positive, the m terms here in the equation is going to be positive, and the control voltage source also is connected in the same manner, plus and minus. Right? So in the both the loops, in the left hand side loop, the equation is going to be same as the first example, and the right hand side loop equation also is going to be same as the first example. Right? So let us the frequency domain equation also is going to be the same. So why? Because here the mutual inductance m term is positive. So you can check the same thing over here. So the both terms, just multiplying the term which is in the time domain with the j omega or j 2 pi f, right? J omega L1 I1, j omega L1 I1, because the signal is the current I1 here. Just to differentiate, we have I1 in the small I1 in the time domain and the capital I1 in the frequency domain, right? V1 is equal to j omega L1 I1 plus j omega m I2. So similarly, V2 is equal to j omega m I1 plus j omega L2 I2, right? This is with respect to the example 4. So let us look into some other different combination in the example 5. So look at here. So here you can observe the current I1 here, the current I1, the direction of the current I1 in the left hand side loop. The current I1, you can check this here. The current I1 is entering through the dot. The current I1 is entering the coil through the dot. Whereas coming to the current I2, if you consider this, here the current I2 is reverse. the current I2 direction is reversed. So that means if you consider with the same loop, the loop direction is going to be in this way. If we consider with respect to this, so then this I2 is also entering through the dot, right? This I2 is also entering through the dot. But here, if we consider, if it is entering through the dot, the current is going to be negative over here because it is in a reverse manner. The current is reversed, right? You can check it out as it here it is a positive, right? The current is reversed. So whereas here it is, right? The current is negative over here, right? Instead of flowing from the highest potential to the lowest potential, it is flowing from lowest potential to the highest potential. That means the current is going to be, the I2 is going to be negative. So in this case, whether we have to consider the M term as positive or negative. So that's going to be the big question. So if we consider with respect to minus I2, the mutual inductance is going to be the positive, negative. If you consider with respect to the same direction, the mutual inductance is going to be the positive, because here also the current is entering through the dot and here also the current is entering through the dot, right? So let us consider the mutual inductance is here, it is positive. The M term is positive. Why? Because the current I2 is also entering through the dot and I1 is also entering through the dot. The M term is positive over here, right? The M term is positive. Clear? The M term here is positive. So let us represent with respect to different domains. So let us go with the time domain. So coming to the time domain. So whereas in the time domain equation, you can check it out. So the M term here is positive. The only term is negative. Which is negative? The I2 is negative. So the I2 is negative. So if I2 is negative, so the M term in the left hand side coil, is going to be negative. With respect to the I2, it is negative. This term is negative with respect to the I2. So you can check it here. D1 is equal to L1 into dI1 by dt plus M into d of minus I2 by dt. It is not minus M into d of I2 by dt. It is plus M into d of minus I2, because here the current direction is mentioned in a reverse direction. So if you consider this direction here over here, which is mentioned here, so it is a minus I2. It is not plus I2. It is minus I2. It is minus I2. If you consider it is a minus I2, so then what's going to happen? So V1 is equal to L1 dI1 by dt plus M into d of minus I2 by dt. So which is going to give L1 dI1 by dt minus M dI2 by dt. So this M term is negative over here due to the reverse direction of the current. Right? So for the right hand side loop, so here you can check this. So V2 is equal to, for the right hand side loop, V2 is equal to M dI1 by dt, because the M term here is positive, because the I1 is positive, right? The I1 is positive. That is why here, as I1 is positive, so that is why here it is positive. The M term here it is positive. That's why the control voltage source is indicated plus minus. Because the I1 is positive, that's why here the M term is positive with respect to the second loop. Because in the second loop, the mutual inductance term, we are going to consider with respect to the other coil. What is the other coil? The first coil. What is the current flowing through the first coil? Current I1. So here M dI1 by dt minus L2 dI2 by dt. So how we got here minus? So this is due to the negative, the reverse direction of the current, minus I2, not with respect to the inductance. The inductance is positive. The self-inductance L2 is positive over here. But only the current is negative here. The current is in a reverse direction. That's why here it is a minus I2. With respect to minus I2. So minus So this minus is negative term here is due to the current I2, right? The current I2 minus L2 di2 by dt, right? So let us move on to the next example. So before I think frequency domain. So let us represent the same thing in the frequency domain. Again, if we go for the frequency domain, so again the same story. Just convert. When converting into the time domain to the frequency domain, just make the equations, the signal multiplying with the j2 pi f. j2 pi f, right? So V1 here is, L1 di1 by dt. So here j omega L1 I1 minus j omega M I2, and here it is j omega I1, because di1 by dt is going to be j omega, right? J omega I1 into M minus, as it is minus here, so minus L2 into j omega I2, So this is what is going to be with respect to this equation, with respect to this circuit. So here everything is going to be same, but only the here, to confuse you, they have given the current direction in a reverse manner. You have to check everything, whether here it is positive or negative, everything you have to be checked. You have to check it clearly, right? So here the M term is negative due to the current I2. The M term in the first coil is negative due to the first loop, that is the left hand side loop, is negative due to the negative current I2. Whereas in the second coil, second equation, the M term is not negative here, only the self-inductance term, L term is negative because due to the current I2. So we will go to the example 6. So in the example 6, you can check it out. So here, the dots are placed according to the first example, but here the current again is mentioned in a reverse manner. The current again mentioned in a reverse manner. So what you are going to do here? With respect to the reverse manner, if it is reverse manner, so here also the current is in the left hand side loop, the current is entering the dot, entering through the coil, entering through the dot over here, whereas here the current is leaving through the dot. The current is leaving through the dot. But if we consider with respect to the I2, if we reverse this direction minus I2, if we make it is minus I2, then the M term is positive. So let us make it, so here both the dots are in the same position. So if we make this I2 in as reverse and minus I2, then the M term is going to be positive. The M term is going to be positive, right? The M term is going to be positive. So here let us write the equation with respect to the time domain. So in the time domain, for the left hand side loop, you can check it out. So here we have considered the M as positive just by reversing the direction of I2. Just by reversing the direction I2. M as positive by just reversing the direction I2. Is it clear? Just by reversing the direction I2. So if we reverse the direction I2, so I2 is reversed means it's going to be minus I2. That means the current I1 is entering the dot and the current minus I2 is entering the dot. Listen carefully. So here in the left hand side loop, the current I1 is entering the dot. If reverse this, the current minus I2 is going to enter the dot. Minus I2 is entering the dot. Not I2 entering the dot, minus I2 is entering the dot. Right? Minus I2 is entering through the dot. So here, let us consider the M will be positive because both are entering. The I1, the currents here are I1 and minus I2. So both are entering through the dot. So let us consider the M as positive. The mutual inductance as positive. So with respect to the left hand side loop, so what is the term? So V1 is equal to L1 di1 by dt. So here this term is negative with respect to the current I2 because the current here is negative, right, in a reverse direction, minus I2. It is minus I2. So here we are making it as a minus I2. So if it is minus I2, due to this minus I2, we are getting this term as negative, minus m di2 by dt in the first loop, right, minus m di2 by dt. So remember again, so why we are writing the other current with respect to the m term? Because it is a mutual inductance. So it is due to the change of current in the other coil, right? So that is the reason why we are making here di2 by dt. So what is I2 here? I2 is negative. That's why here it is minus m di2 by dt. So that's why to represent this equation is the voltage source is represented minus plus. The control source is minus and plus. So coming to the right hand side loop, the m term will be positive because the I1 is positive. That's why here m term is positive, right? But here the L term is going to be negative. The self-inductance term is going to be negative. The voltage drop with respect to the self-inductance is going to be negative because the I2 is negative. The I2 is negative. So that's why here L2 d of minus I2 by dt plus m di1 by dt is equal to V2. Is equal to V2 or minus V2 is equal to 0. Right? Just applying KVL in this loop. Applying KVL. So here if we apply KVL over here, we are going to have the same equation. Right? So now the final equation for V2 is going to be V2 is equal to minus L2 di2 by dt. So this minus is due to the current negative of I2, negative polarity of I2 plus m di1 by dt. So let us represent the same equation in frequency domain. When you are representing the frequency domain, again same story. Just multiply the derivative of the signal with respect to j2 pi f. So j omega, j2 pi f is nothing but the j omega. So because omega is equal to 2 pi f, so we are multiplying with j omega L1 I1. So here j omega L1 I1 minus j omega m into I2. And in the second equation also minus L2. So here it is minus L2, V2, little slight change you have to make it. So here it is minus L2 minus, here you are going to get minus, this term is going to be negative and this term is going to be positive. So minus j omega L2 I2 plus j omega m I1 plus j omega m I1. So this is with respect to this equation, right? Magnetically coupled circuits with respect to the example 6. So time domain and the frequency domain. Let us look into the other combination. So example number 7. So what is the change over here? So the change over here is the current I1 is negative here. The current I1 is negative. The current I1 is negative. Is it clear? The current I1 is here negative. So what you are going to do here? If the current I1 is negative, the current I1 is negative. So let us look into this. And this I1 is also entering the dot and I2 is also entering the dot. So sorry, not I1 is entering, minus I1 is entering the dot, entering through the dot, and I2 is entering to the dot, minus I1 and I2. So here if you consider with respect to minus I1 and I2, as both the currents are entering through the dot, we can say the mutual inductance is positive, M is positive. Right? Let us represent the same circuit in the time domain. So if you represent in the time domain, so what is going to be? So here V1 is equal to, so the first term, the self-inductance, the voltage drop across this L1 is going to be minus L1 because the current I1 is negative, so minus L1 di1 by dt. So the current due to this negative term is due to the, not because of L1, it is due to the negative polarity of I1. It is due to the negative polarity of I1. So minus L1 di1 by dt. As I2 is positive, here it is going to be positive. Here it is going to be positive. So plus m di2 by dt. So V1 is equal to minus L1 di1 by dt plus m into di2 by dt. So this is with respect to the left hand side loop. This is with respect to the left hand side loop. So whereas coming to the second loop. So coming to the second loop, or the second loop, right hand side loop, V2 is equal to L2 di2 by dt. The self-inductance term, that is the voltage drop across this L2 is L2 di2 by dt plus m into d of minus I1. Here it is minus I1. Here it is minus I1. Is it clear? It is minus I1 divided by dt. So it is going to be V2 is equal to L2 di2 by dt minus m di1 by dt. So that means here, so there is a small correction in this. So what is that? So just change it. So this is going to be, this term is going to be negative. This is going to be negative, and this is going to be positive. So this is going to be positive, and here you are going to have minus. This term is minus. So this term here is, this term is negative. If this term is negative, obviously this is going to be negative, right? This term is negative. And whereas here, as this term is negative, right, minus L1 di1 by dt, because I1 is negative over here, this is due to the, as I1 is negative, so that's why here. So due to this I1 negative, this is negative. And here it is negative minus L1, so this is going to reflect over here. Right. So this is with respect to the time domain. So let us move on to the frequency domain. So again, frequency domain equation is going to be same. So here the equation, the diagram is correct. So that is, just clear this. So here just multiply the equations with the current, the signal, the time domain signal with j2 pi f, derivative of the signal with j2 pi f, just multiplying with j2 pi f, that is j omega. So V1 is going to be, V1 is equal to minus of j omega L1 into I1 plus j omega m I2. So j omega m I2. So this is the equation. So whereas here, so V2 is equal to minus j omega m I2 minus j omega m I2. V2 is equal to j omega m I2. So here it is going to be j omega m I2. It is plus j omega m I2, and here it is going to be minus. So again here also there is a correction over here. So here it is plus, and here it is minus. Minus j omega L2 into I1, right? Because here the signal is just replacing with j2 pi f. V2 is going to be j omega m I2 minus j omega L2 into I1. J omega L2 into I1. So this is with respect to the example number 7. Whereas here, so this is same as the example number 6, but in that I2 is reversed, and whereas here I1 is reversed, right? Let us move on to the example 8. So in this example 8, you can see here in this combination. So in the left hand side loop, the current I1 is entering through the dot, and the right hand side loop, the current I2 is also entering through the dot. So both are entering through the dot. Obviously here the M term, that is the mutual inductance, is going to be positive. So but what you have to note is, you have to know here, that is the V1 is negative. V1 is negative. You can observe the same thing over here. The V1 is negative. So here, because here it is negative, minus, and here it is plus. So obviously the polarity V1 is, the V1 is negative. So it is minus V1, right? It is minus V1, and the current I1 is entering through the dot and I2 is entering through the dot. So if you want to, let us model the same circuit, let us make the equivalent circuit in time domain. So in this, you can check it out. So here also, as it is the V1 is negative, let us reverse the polarities over here. So this is going to be negative over here. This is negative. This is completely negative. This is negative over here. This is negative and this is positive. This is positive and this is negative. Because here V1 is negative, right? As V1 is negative, so this is going to be your equation, and this side V2 is positive only. So no need to change here. V2 is going to be positive. So now let us model the equation. As M term is positive over here, so minus V1 is equal to L1, same equations, L1 di1 by dt plus, as M is positive, plus M di2 by dt. So similarly V2 is equal to, because here V2 is positive only, so V2 is equal to L2, this is L2, so L2 di2 by dt plus M into di1 by dt, M into di1 by dt. So this is going to be our second loop equation. So if you want to represent the same circuit in frequency domain, just multiply with the j omega term with respect to the differentiation of the signal, time domain signal, right? So this is going to be our frequency domain signal. So again, just multiplying this one with j omega, so minus V1 is equal to, because here V1 is negative, minus V1 is equal to j omega L1 I1 plus M into j omega I2, right? So this is going to be our equation, and V2 also is equal to j omega L2 into I2 plus j omega M I1. So this is how we are going to get the equations with respect to frequency domain. So this is converted into the frequency domain, and whereas this V2 is converted into the frequency domain. So this is how we are going to represent, right? As here V1 is negative, right? V1 is negative over here. So because here it is negative. So V1 is negative. So V1 here it is negative, right? So V1 is negative. And similarly, here also V1 is negative, right? So this is going to be our equations with respect to the time domain and the frequency domain, right? So now let us move to the other example, that is, we are going to see different combination, some other combination. So in this example line, so what is the example line over here? So in this example line, you can see here, so that is, so here the current I1 is reversed over here. That means you can check out here, if you reverse this direction of the I1 over here, right, this I1 is going to become, what is going to become here? If they reverse this direction I1, right, so if we make it like this, so this is going to become minus I1, Or if we reverse this direction according to the I1, right? That means if we make it like this, so this is going to become, if we make it like this is going to become minus I2. We can say the currents minus I1 is entering through the dot or I2 is entering through the dot, right? Or else I1 is leaving through the dot or minus I2 is leaving through the dot. Anything we can say, right? Is it clear? So this one, these two can be applied to the same line, and this one can be applied to the this I1, and this one minus I1 and this one can be applied to the same concept. So that means both are entering, these two are entering and these two are leaving. So if you consider any of the way, the M is going to be positive. The M is going to be positive, right? So let us consider with respect to the I1, because the I1 using the conventional thing, so the I1 here is negative. The I1 here is positive, right? So the I1 is reversed here. So let us consider this one only, right? So let us consider with respect to I1. So let us consider here with respect to I1. And also one more thing you have to observe here is, so here as this V1, this term here it is positive, but that means here it is negative. The overall V1 is going to be negative. This V1 is going to be negative over here, right? V1 is going to be negative. And if you consider this I1, this as minus I1, right? So that means minus I1 is entering the dot, minus I1 is entering the dot, and I2 is also entering the dot. So this M is going to be, this M is going to be positive. This M is going to be positive over here, right? With respect to minus I1 and I2, the M is going to be positive. So then what we can write with respect to the time domain? So with respect to the time domain, right? Here, so I1 is negative, right? I1 is negative, and also V1 here is negative. So that means all the terms involved with the I1 is going to be negative. So here as V1 is also negative in this, so minus V1 is equal to L1 d of minus I1, because here it is d of minus I1, d of minus I1 by dt, so which is equal to minus L1 di1 by dt plus, so I2 is positive and M also positive with respect to I1 minus I1 and I2, so plus M di2 by dt, plus M di2 by dt, right? Plus M di2 by dt. So minus is converted into the right hand side. So V1 is going to become L1 minus into minus. This minus into minus is going to become plus. So minus into minus is going to become plus. That means V1 is equal to L1 di1 by dt. And this plus is going to become minus if you send this minus this side. So minus M di2 by dt. This is going to be our final equation with respect to the loop 1. So whereas coming to the loop 2, here V2 is positive. So V2 is equal to L2 di2 by dt plus M into d of minus I1, because here the current is negative. With respect to this direction, the current I1 is negative. So that means d of minus I1 by dt. So which finally is going to become L2 di2 by dt minus M di1 by dt. So here this minus term is going to represent the not negative mutual inductance. It is going to represent the negative current. So this is due to the, this minus is due to the negative I1. This is due to the minus I1 term, right? You have to remember this point. This is due to the minus I1 term, right? So let us move on to the frequency domain. Let us move on with the representation of frequency domain. So in the frequency domain, you can see here, So in the frequency domain, so again, V1 is, as V1 is negative, right? V1 is negative over here. So let us make this as negative over here. This is negative and this is positive. This is negative. So this is going to be negative and this is going to be positive, right? So V1 is, so according to this equation, let us make this equation. That means V1 is equal to, just multiplying with j omega r j 2 pi f, j omega r j 2 pi f, what we will get? J omega L1 into I1 and minus m, and d by dt is going to replace with derivative j omega I2, and I2 is there, j omega I2, right? Similarly, V2 we can represent, how we can represent this V2? Directly over here, right? So V2 is equal to, so what is there here? L2, so L2 here, and di2 by dt, so I2 is there, derivative of the time domain signal can be multiplied with j 2 pi f, so j omega L2 into I2, and here minus m is there, minus m, and derivative of I1 is going to be j omega I1 in frequency domain. So this is how you are going to model different magnetically coupled circuits with respect to the time domain and also in the frequency domain, right? You can represent in any of the domain. So based upon our requirement, we are going to model this equation according to the time domain, or it can be of frequency domain, right? So this is what the different combinations of magnetically coupled circuits. So here the key points which you have to observe is the directions of the currents, right? The directions of the currents can be modified accordingly, but you have to consider the terminology of the mutual inductance also, right? So whether if we change the directions of the current, you have to change the polarities of the current also, right? So accordingly you can model the equations, model the circuits, and you can get the equations. And you have to very carefully observe that the polarity of the voltages also, whether the V1 and V2 here in the mutually coupled transformer coils, the V1 and V2 are positive or negative. You have to observe very clearly these points, and accordingly you have to model. If any minus or positive term and also can result in a change in your equation, completely it will change the equation because the terms is going to be plus or minus. So you have to model very carefully here. So this is what we have covered, different combinations, where we have taken 9 different combinations of magnetic coupled circuits, and we have obtained the equations with respect to the time domain and the frequency domain, right? The next lecture we will discuss about the ideal transformer, right? So mutually coupled, the ideal transformer, what is the concept of ideal transformer, we will discuss in the with the reference to the concept of coupling circuits, right? So thank you for listening everyone. So we will continue in the next lecture.